we continue getting you stock of what the country is looking like the day after an unprecedented election, not only because of the number of candidates that were actually vying for your approval, but also because of the context in which this election is taking place, an unprecedented one, at least once you consider things like the global health crisis that we're still grappling with, by the way. Let's get you an idea of the situation in the Free State now. Bring in our reporter, Tumaole Mohlaoli, who is in Mangaung for us today. And Tumaole, Mangaung has also been one of those areas cited as an example of how badly a certain district can actually be run. One wonders whether or not that was enough to push people to go vote yesterday.
A very good morning, Ayanda, and indeed that was central to the analysis that was given, the initial analysis that was given by IEC officials last night by the time that the polling stations had closed. They looked at the figures and were very disappointed because by the time the polling stations had closed, the unconfirmed figures certainly suggested that the turnout was less than 1/4 of what was expected. So it certainly is quite a state of concern for the IEC, because that will have ramifications in terms of what it means for the electorate or for the results of the ballot itself. Now, interestingly enough as well, officials were saying that they feel that people didn't turn out, not because they didn't necessarily want to, or it wasn't just general voter apathy, but they felt that people were making a political statement, that people were making a statement over their disgruntlement with regards to the poor service delivery that has been seen over the years, and also the issue of not being listened to by officials who are elected to council. One of the key complaints, Ayanda, is that when people get elected during elections, like municipal elections, they then simply vacate the area with which they were elected from and then move somewhere else to a more affluent neighborhood with better services, ironically, than the services they're supposed to provide where they live. And this has left people high and dry in the communities. So certainly that is one of the issues that could have come into play. But we will certainly look and keep a close eye to see what is the official word from the Electoral Commission here in the Free State as to what were some of the reasons they would peg to this very poor turnout.
Absolutely. Tumaole Mohlaoli, thanks very much indeed. Live to us there from Mangaung in the Free State. So when we got an update from the IEC yesterday, it was around 8 o'clock, and at that time they told us that about 8 million people had come to vote. Now at 8 o'clock yesterday, all we had was just an hour before voting stations finally closed, and the concern the morning after, in case you've just woken up, is whether or not that gap, that 1 hour gap, was enough to ensure that enough people rock up for this election to cast their ballot, so that there aren't questions around the legitimacy of this vote because of the low voter turnout. It's that consideration and many others that we'll continue to unpack for you